Alright, what's up guys? I figured I'd do another quick little video. Um, Something you may or may not know. How many of you guys know what Ranger bands are? You do? You? You there in the back? Alright, so a few of you guys know. What Ranger bands are is basically just a gnarly, beefy rubber band, okay? Um, this is a Ranger band right here. Basically what it's made from is inner tubes from a bicycle, okay? You can take, old punctured bicycle inner tubes, or if you really want to, you can buy some new inner tubes. I've got tons of old bicycle inner tubes laying around that I use. Um, Basically, all you do is you let the air out of it, and then you just cut it in strips, however thick you think you may need it, right? And what these are good for is a multitude. Is that the right word? Multitude of things. They can be used for a lot of stuff in like a bug out bag. Okay, for one, what I'll do is I use Altoid tins and stuff like that to make my little snare kits and stuff like that. Snare kit, my fishing kit, fire kit. Well, those aren't exactly waterproof, and you kind of want that stuff to stay waterproof. So what I'll do is I'll take a Ranger band and I'll just stretch it out and around it and put it around the seam. Okay, that gets nice and tight on there and acts as, we'll say a water barrier, not a waterproofer, but a water barrier. Okay, it works pretty good keeping stuff dry. Another thing I'll do is if I want to like kangaroo something, I don't have my knife with me or anything, but say I'm carrying my survival knife. Um, I don't like having, like my survival knife here and then my multi-tool over here. So what I'll do is I'll just kangaroo them. What I do is I take my multi-tool and I just uh, wrap the, how do I want to say this? Put the multi-tool in its sheath and my survival knife in its sheath. Put the multi-tool with its sheath on top of the knife, and then just wrap the kangaroo band around it, okay? Or the Ranger band around it, and then it's kind of kangarooed together. What else? Waterproofing. Oh, um, in my survival, my bug out bag and my survival kits, I've got my fire kit, and the same thing, I'll put this around it. But what happens is if you catch one of these on fire, you get just a little flame going, these will burn forever, forever and ever and ever. They just keep going. So, say you get a little flame going, you're worried about your fire dying out or whatever, while you're trying to build it, throw this in there, next to the flame and let it catch, and it'll just sit there and burn and burn and burn. Makes it a lot easier to get a fire going. That's another thing. Oh, here's one that's really cool. You may or may not know that I'm really into airsoft. I like playing airsoft. Um, and one of the issues I was kind of having was anytime I go to transition or to do a mag change, if my hands were sweaty or wet or anything, my hand would slip off the mag with these battle mag type magazines, right? Well, I don't have the money to go out and buy some P mags and stuff like that, so I got to thinking, well, what if I put Ranger bands on them? So what I did is I cut a Ranger band, but I cut it, maybe about 6 or so inches long. And it's hard to do, but I just tugged and tugged and tugged and got it to slide onto the magazine, right? So now with that, and then I just, put a little bit of tape there. And you probably wouldn't have to put tape on it. I mean, it's that snug that it ain't coming off. But I put tape on there just as a little extra precaution. But now, your hands can be completely wet and you got a really good grip. And it gives it kind of that operator look to it, Now they kind of look like P-mags a little bit. So, doing my mag changes and my hand does not come off of there. It don't slip at all. Here's another thing that I did with some Ranger bands is on the pistol grip here. It's got stippling on the sides. There's really nothing on the back here, and it's really slick also. So I just wrapped it in a couple Ranger bands, and now perfectly good grip. Doesn't slip anywhere. That's another thing is knives. If you've got a knife that doesn't doesn't have very good grip on the handle, throw a couple Ranger bands on it. And you can get, like the small diameter bicycle tubes, for like those racing bicycles and stuff like that. You can get really big diameter ones, so you can have a here I go again, a bunch of different sizes of Ranger band at your disposal. So I guess that's my little spiel on Ranger bands. Again, you're only limited to your imagination. I hope this video has been somewhat informative for you. Have a great day.